Show me life, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. Show me life, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love, show me love.
Hi, can you see me now? Let me know if you can see me. This whole thing was like, whoa. I hope you can catch on to the new live link because the ones that I sent out to everybody was not working. There was technical issues. Sister, let me know if you see me, if you can hear me. I hope so. I'm gonna ask you right now, live, if you can see me. It's Dr. Dyer. He's here with us. That's why there's technical issues. The energy vibration is too high. um, I don't know. Okay, I don't know where my sister is. She's not answering me. I hope you can see me. Let's do that. We have a live chat. So, yes, yes. Okay, okay, okay. I can see you. Okay, perfect. I was waiting for a text message, but I can see. Hi, hi. Thank you. Good to see you, Leonor. Okay, perfect. So let's start all new and talk about the power of intention and Dr. Dyer, right? So I want to see you in the live chat. Hello, my coach. I'm glad, always happy to have you here for a little bit, my dear Leonor. Thank you, Halo, for letting me know. Hello, hello, my love. I appreciate you. So let's remind everybody we are in the season of manifestation. Here we go. I'm still with my glasses, trying to do everything so fast. I can't believe I managed to create a whole new show in like 4 minutes. Link, distribution, writing, template. Okay, so let's get focused. I'm telling you, it's the high frequencies, high vibration over here. So today I'm very excited. I'm dedicating this episode to my number one spiritual teacher in my life's journey and mentor, Dr. Wayne Dyer. If you don't know Dr. Dyer, a few words about him. Born in 1940, unfortunately passed away in 2015, about 10 years ago. Lived a short 75 life, but he's still with us. He was never sad about dying, and he was actually very excited to move on to the next realm. So we're not going to be sad about it, and we're going to be grateful that we still have his teachings here with us. He was a professor, had degrees in history, psychology, many different degrees. He was a professor in the University of St. John's, actually here in New York, and most of his early work was focused on the more psychological methods of self-actualization, self-improvement, things of that nature. And little by little, he says his journey took him, he never intended, and I'm using that word in particular because we're talking about intention today, for his work to become a very spiritual work, but the flow of his life and his work, it just took him there, presented to him new teachers and new teachings. And he always laughs how in the beginning, his books, you won't even find the word like God, not even one. And then later on, you can see that the word spirit, God, source, was like appearing maybe 5 times, and then it's like 85 times. So that was his journey. And he's a word renowned teacher. What his first book was, Your Erroneous Zones. His story about writing it is incredible too. Just to give you an idea, he was born in Detroit, and his father was an abusive and drunk man. He never met his father. His father left him and his brothers and his mom when he was little, and he grew up in foster homes. So he had a lot of anger towards his father and a lot of hatred towards his father and resentment, because he left them like that. And when he started doing his life's journey, he's taught. Really, if you're interested about this man, listen to his stories because it's incredible. But I'm gonna keep it short because we have a lot to get into. But he speaks about how he was looking for him his whole life, and then he finally found out about his dad, where he was. He passed away already a few years prior, and he speaks about this story, how he went to his grave and how he found his grave was incredible story too. Just a lot of spiritual synchronicities that led him there. And he said that when he went to his grave, he really wanted to do something very angry over there. He didn't come over there for peace. He came over there looking to tell him what he thought of him. And he did in the beginning. And then he went to his car and something took over him. And he got out of his car and went back to the grave and looked at the grave and told him, from this moment on, I forgive you. I forgive you for everything you've done. I send you only love and only forgiveness. And he said that before that, he wrote a few essays and wrote different things, but didn't do the writing that he really was passionate about and wanted to. And yet, after that moment, he really everything changed. Before that he was overweight. He would drink every day. He wasn't really happy. He didn't really write the things that he wanted to write. And then after that moment of forgiveness, everything changed for him. He took a room in a motel in Florida, and he wrote the book, Your Erroneous Zones, I'm sorry, in a week's time, from cover to cover. And that book had became a best-selling book worldwide. It sold over 100 million copies. Talk about alignment, talk about being in purpose, talk about, us being in a place of forgiveness and allowing ourselves to be one with God and one with the source that we come from. And that's really what the power of intention is all about. And that's what I'm going to bring to you today, because we spoke thus far in this season, and we're already in episode 4, my beautiful people. This season is about to end. So if you haven't seen it yet, or you haven't caught up to it yet, you better get on to it. Let me see. You guys are here. Morning, Joanne. Good to see you, beautiful. Hey, sis. Thank you. Love it. I'm loving it. Yes, thank you, hello, my beautiful sister. You too. I was waiting for this episode. I love it. Yes, same. It really, I'm so honored to have the opportunity to have a show that on and a whole episode that honors his work, because he truly is an incredible man. So we're going to talk today about the power of intention. And like I started saying, the way he explains intention is very different than what we know. And he literally created a whole new language around the word intention and what it is and what it became. So, when we think about intention, we think of something that, we're going to do, right? I have all the intention of doing something, tunnel vision and things of like that. And, like that bulldog energy, right? But he speaks about it more from a place of not something that, that we do, but more of something that we align with and something that is for us to connect with. He looks at the power of intention as a source that move worlds and part of the source energy that, grow flowers and do everything that this world needs to be done. And this is what we connect with and this is what we align with in order to manifest our life. And why did I said, we're already in episode 4 because we spoke about different methods thus far on how to manifest, right? What, if it's Neville, to think from the end, if it's Abraham Hicks, to follow our feeling, if it's desire and faith and definiteness of purpose from Napoleon Hill. And they're all, aside of Abraham that really gave you that tool of to follow the feeling, even Naval told you to look and connect to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It's hard to manifest something that we want from the version that we are today because that version of us only manages to manifest this that's around us right now. So in order to change our reality and in order to manifest something different, we have to become different, right? We have to shift the energy so we can shift our identity. And now we're going to start getting into that. Like, how do we do that? How do I really become a different version of myself that can put and create constantly an energy that allows me to have a reality that is new, that is not the familiar, not the one of lack, not the one of dis-ease, not the one that doesn't have everything that I want for myself. So this is the journey we're starting right now because after Dr. Dyer, next week we're going to speak about Joe Dispenza and that man. Let me tell you, we're going to bring in neuroscience. I don't know how I'm going to talk about neuroscience, but I'm going to do my best. Let me see. Hila says, Neria is here. Keep up the good work. Very interesting story. Love you. I love you too. That's my nephew right there chilling with my sister. So happy to see you here, Neria. I love you. So, invite friends, first of all. Let them know we're here, especially after the little mishap that we have. So make sure you let everybody know we're in the season of manifestation. Click the hearts. Pick up the algorithm. Share it with a friend. Let them know that we're here. They don't want to miss that. So the power of intention, right? That source that we want to connect to. How do we do it? We want to think like it. Um, Dr. Dyer, of course, I got quotes for you today. And our homework today, you're gonna be excited because today I actually brought more of the usual inspirational beauty, which is aligning outer beauty with inner beauty. So we're gonna have a nice exercise that will show you, inner alignment with outer embodiment equals identity shift. And that's going to help you too. So you're going to have some beautiful tools for your outer beauty and your inner beauty today to listen and learn and create a new reality. And it's for men too. So, we all do some kind of grooming. Um, I have some quotes for you that I want to share. Dr. Dyer said that there were two quotes that moved him towards starting to understand intention in that way of something that we align and connect to, rather there's something that we do. This is the first one by Carlos. Yeah, I know you couldn't hear me because it's a new stage. I didn't get the chance to fix it, but now I did. So, intent is a force that exists in the universe. When sorcerers, those who live of the source, beacon to intent, it comes to them and sets up the path for attainment, which means that sorcerers always accomplish what they set out to do. So that's basically what started everything. And he said that he read this quote while he was waiting to get a heart surgery to unblock a blocked artery that created a small heart attack. He actually later in life he passed away from a heart attack, or so the physical world calls it a heart attack. We know he accomplished his uh, work here in this realm, but that he read that while he was waiting for surgery, and that kind of started changing his whole way of seeing it. And then there was another quote by Patanjali, which is an incredible philosopher, that says dormant forces, faculties, and talents become alive, and you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you ever dreamed yourself to be. And that is what happens when we connect to the field of intention. Right now, everything that we never even knew that we're capable of doing, we now starting to see. That's what we call inspired, being inspirited, in spirit. When if you ever had a moment of inspiration that made you and helped you create things, I know you know what I'm talking about. I know you can understand that feeling. And that's really what Patanjali was talking about, that once we connect to that feeling, we really have it's dormant forces that we didn't even know existed become available to us. And that's really where everything starts from. So Dr. Dyer really talked about the 7 phases of intention. And those are the ways for us to connect to that source of intention. And I'm going to give you the most simple analogy that you can think of to make it easier for you to understand what you need to do. Remember the match game when we were little that we put we spreaded it out and we had to match two cards the same? That's what you want to do. You want to play the match game with the source and the power of intention. Basically, you want to match yourself to that source of energy. Whatever you constantly want to focus on, how would that be like? What does the source feel like? This is really what we're going to learn today. We're going to learn how this source feels, speaks, and sees. So we can be a match to that, and being a match to that energy is what's going to help us create the life that we want, because that source, like I said, creates everything. So if we become a match to it, we can create everything. Let's go to the 7 phases. I'm going to need some glasses today. Okay. So the first of the 7 phases of intention, and like I said, if you can read on top, when we resist them, we block the very energy that wants to create through us. When we are aligned with them, life flows. So the first one is creativity, bringing the unseen into the seen. Creativity is your natural state. When you live on purpose, you co-create with the universe. Let me tell you something. We came from nowhere to now here. Same word, different spacing. And after we're now here, we're going back to nowhere, right? But the creation is always in movement. There's always a creative mode that's happening. This is, we are creatures of creation. God constantly creates. That's what the source is always doing, always creating. So if we are in creative mode and constantly focus on what can we do, how can we create, then we are speaking the language of that source that we emanate from. And that is a beautiful and huge part of becoming a person that can manifest all their heart desires, because we're constantly in creative mode. Like if you know me, you see me, I'm constantly trying to do new things. If you are a person that always look for something new to do or something new to be part of, that's creation. Keep doing that so you can keep constantly match yourself to the energy of source and power of intention. That little ball of intention that we want to match ourselves to, always create. So you create too, and that's how you're going to be able to continue that matching game. Kindness, the natural expression of source energy. It raises serotonin in the giver, the receiver, and the observer. Kindness isn't a moral act, it's an act of alignment, and you become a magnet for what you desire. Let me tell you something about kindness. You already know with me, I have my kindness crew in here. I always end every episode with telling you to be kind to one another, that if you have a choice between being kind or being right, choose to be kind. There's nothing greater than kindness. Um, to me, anyways, in my opinion. I feel like this is one of the biggest, most important things that we can do is being kind to one another. And it really is like I wrote in the slide. It's an act that makes everybody better. Okay, the one that does the kindness act, it raises up their serotonin. The one that gets the kindness act, it raises up their serotonin. The one that observe it, it raises up their serotonin. There is nothing greater than kindness. It's really supposed to be the natural way for us to be. There is no reason to be in arguments or in fights or in proving one another. You have the opportunity and the choice to be right or to be kind. Choose kind. That's the language of the source that you come from. Those seven faces will help you become the version that you need to be in order to manifest all your heart's desires. And that's really what we're doing right now. We're learning how to become that version of ourselves that will be able to manifest and will be able to think from the end and will be able to follow the desire and the faith and to write her manifesto. And we'll be able to constantly focus on the feeling. This is really what we're doing right now. And please let me know in the chat if you have any kind of question, any thoughts. Share them always. I love to know that you're here, and I love to hear from you. The third one is love, the vibration that dissolves resistance. Amen to that. When you trust yourself, you trust the same wisdom that created you. When you doubt yourself, you block intention and deny your divine origin. Let me tell you, spend time in a state of love. It will dissolve everything that is not love, which is basically every negative energy that is out there, because love is your highest. To me, I always say in my prayer, love is God and God is love. That's the language. So if we're playing the match game and we're trying to see life through the eyes of God, and we're trying to see life through the eyes of source and the power of intention, that source energy that helps us intend everything in this universe was intended already and created, right? The trees, the flowers, the sky, avocado, I don't know. Everything was already intended. We're part of that creation, and we're part of that love. And everything that's within you bringing out of you should be love. So, the talking to yourself first and foremost in a loving way is so important, because we can't give what we don't have. So if I'm not loving to myself and I'm not kind to myself, and I'm not creative, I'm not going to be able to give those things to outside of me, to other people. And that's why it's so important to be a match to that source, because if I want to give it out and do more of it and grow and create things around me that will do that, I have to be it. One of my favorite analogies of Dr. Dyer that he speaks of all the time in many different scenarios is the orange analogy. He speaks about, when you squeeze an orange, what comes out of it? Orange juice. Why? Because that's what's in it, right? When you squeeze yourself, or when we're squeezed, when somebody pushes our buttons, if something else comes out besides love, anger, screaming, resentment, fear, anxiety, whatever it may be, we can't blame the person who squeezed us. That has nothing to do with them. That's what's inside of us. When we're squeezed, if that's what comes out, then that's what's inside of us. So we want to work on ourselves. our personal language, our personal behaviors, and our way of having love within ourselves so we can give it to others, right? So when even when we're squeezed, even when they honk the horn at you at the in traffic, instead of cursing them out or cutting them, you send them love and you're like, all right, you go ahead and you rush. I'm good because you know everything is on divine timing anyway. There's no reason to rush. There's no reason to be angry for it. You are a match to the source that is in peace and in love and in kindness and creation. That's how you manifest all your heart's desires. These are tools, my beautiful people. These are literally tools and steps that you follow. And if you do them, what do I always tell you? It's not hard work. You just have to do the work. So, talk to yourself in a loving way, be kind to others, be a creative person, those things will match you to that energy. And when you are matched to it, everything will happen. When we talked about it in other episodes of this season too about manifestation. Sometimes we're saying, yeah, I'm missing this, I'm missing that. That source doesn't understand missing. He doesn't understand lack. He only understands abundance and gratitude and peacefulness. So when I'm talking missing, it's just going to affirm me more of missing. When I'm talking dis-ease, it's going to affirm me more dis-ease. I have to focus on what I want rather than what I don't want. Remember, that was episode 1 with Abraham Hicks. So all the methods always align. Right here, you got literally 7 steps, 7 phases of intention that will allow you to match yourself to source energy that will help you create all your heart's desires. Going back to the 4th one, beauty. Seeing the divine in all things. I love that. I love that one. Everything that is truly beautiful reflects the celestial source we all come from. When you train yourself to see beauty in life, even in challenges, you align with the creative healing force of intention. You know, see it in the eye that God sees it. See it in the eyes of source. See beauty everywhere, even where it's dirty. Trust me, I know. I live in New York. It's dirty everywhere. We were just talking about it last week, how dirty the streets are in here. And yet you look around and it's like this beautiful city. So you want to find beauty. You want to find beauty in the homeless person that's sitting in the subway or in the street, and understand that everybody has a life's journey. Everybody has something behind them. Everybody has something that that they carry. It doesn't take away from their beauty. I think I've told you that, guys, before in here in one episode, that someone asked me one time, like, how is it doing makeup to an ugly person? And I was like, I don't know. I never seen an ugly person. And I really do mean it. I never seen an ugly person. I don't see ugly. I trained myself and worked on myself for years since I was younger to see beauty in everything because that's what God does and that's what Source does. So I want to do that too because once I'm able to do it, people are able to see it in me. Whatever I project is what I bring back to me. That's why this is a formula for manifesting because whatever we do out there, we send out comes back to us, right? That's really manifesting the law of attraction. We're attracting everything. So I want to make sure that I am sending out exactly what I want to get back. So I don't want to see ugliness because then people will see ugliness in the things that I do and what I am, or I will attract, more, you know, impatience or resentment or all these kind of anger and feeling and things that I wouldn't even want to be part of. So that's beauty to you. Let me see who wrote what in the live chat. Um, Hello says, I love the orange analogy, so accurate. I know that's right. So good too. So happy to be here today. Hey, thanks, Tal. I'm so happy to have you here, beauty. I appreciate you. Okay, let's go to the next one where 7 faces of intention. 5. Expansion. Life's constant desire to grow. We are all geniuses because we came from a genius source. Expansion means evolving into more of who you truly are. Think, speak, and feel like the source you came from. Amen to that. Do not let the word de-genius you. I heard that as a quote from somewhere. He said that we're all born geniuses already. It's just life experience, de-geniuses us. Wait, my curled curls, and I'll tell you why I did my hair like that today too later when we talk about our beauty uh, exercise homework. But anyways, um, so expansion, it's a beautiful thing to do when we start looking at the world from a genius mindset. You know that everything is an opportunity and everything can be something that we can do. And we're looking for ways to grow. We're looking for ways to expand our thinking. That's what we're doing right now. We never thought about intention being something that we need to match ourselves with or a source of energy that we need to be part of. We always thought about intention as something that we have to do. I'm going to have the intention to create that. I'm intended to do something, just like I said in the beginning, that bulldog mindset, which is great, but that's really more ego talk. And ego is a problem because ego will tell you that you are what you have, you are your credentials, you are what people think about you, and you are your job, e- all these things that are external to you. So, what will happen if I'll take all of those things away? Will be left with nothing. So who am I, right? So I don't want to come from an ego mindset. I want to come from a soul mindset, right? I want to come from the heart, from the soul, from the spirit. That's really what the power of intention is all about. That's why I'm playing the match game with it because I want to match my vibration. I want to match my energy, constantly to those high frequencies that constantly helps me to get to that place that allows me to create more for myself. And with that, obviously, the reality that I want to be part of. Um, Number 6, abundance. Wait, glasses. Knowing there is more than enough. Absolutely. You cannot come to source with a mindset of lack. We just spoke about that. Abundance is not about money, it's about trusting the generosity of life. We just spoke about it. Don't come to source with I'm missing this, I don't have enough of this, I need more of this. Always come in an abundant mindset. You find a dime, you find a quarter, you find a nickel, you find a penny. Look at it as a symbol of abundance. Don't say why just a penny. No, that's another sign of abundance. It's so important to understand that really the source that we come from has no lack. It's like going to the ocean. You take a bucket of the ocean and you throw it out, there's still going to be a whole ocean. You'll take a drop of the ocean and throw it out, there's still going to be a whole ocean. So you choose. You want to take drops or you want to take buckets because it's right there, abundant, fully available for you. What are you choosing? What do you believe that you deserve? That's why kindness and love and beauty and all these faces that we just spoke about are so important because it allows you to be in that place, in that energetic frequency and that mindset that makes you trust and believe that, who you are is who you're supposed to be. And everything happens in its divine timing and everything happens for a reason. And when you are in that place that loves yourself and kind to yourself, no matter what, and not trying to push hard and surrender to what happens, that's when things will flow. And that's when you will be able to believe that you deserve everything and it'll be so much easier to create more. That's when you'll start taking buckets out of the oceans, not little droppers. It's there. It's constantly available to all of us, and there is enough for everybody. There's no need, it's not like a competition. It's out there. for all of us. We just want to be part of it and know that how the way for us, I'm sorry, to take from it is to give it. If I give to it what it gives me, then I'm able to receive constantly. That's why it's so important, again, with the kindness and the abundance and the love, and of course gratitude. And this gratitude, I feel like, is probably the most important thing. And I actually have a quote about gratitude, so let me go to that one. That's Dr. Dyer's quote. Without exception, begin every day of your life with gratitude. As you look in the mirror, say, "Thank you, God, for life, for my body, for my family and loved ones, for this day and for the opportunity to be of service. Thank you, thank you, thank you." Absolutely. In the Jewish religion, we wake up in the morning, there's a little prayer that we say that says, "I'm grateful for you for giving me my soul back after taking it at night when I go to sleep, for giving me my soul back and for allowing me to have another day." So this is just the beginning of what you need to do in order to match yourself into that source. Start your day with gratitude. Be grateful for being here. Know that there's a reason that you're here. You're here to serve. You're like I said, you're a genius. We're all geniuses. We're here to share our genius with the world, no matter what it is that you do. And I know a few people here in the chat that do works of service. If it's Halo that does herbalism, if it's Tal that does mindfulness and art, if it's Yael that does cultural uh, connection to cultures and bridging cultures and teaching languages, we all do something that is genius. If you're here and I don't know what you're doing, please share with me. I would love to know how you serve. Because even if you don't think that you're serving, trust me when I tell you, you do. Being kind to someone and giving them a compliment, seeing them, that's serving. You know, when I talk to homeless people or give them something, most of the time when I have more than a half a minute and it's not me running to the train, I always ask them for their name. What's your name? God bless you. Have a good day. Why not? Let them help them feel seen. They sit there, people run through all day long, not even, realizing or giving them the time of day as if they're someone. I guarantee you, if you talk to someone that feels like they're alone, make them feel wanted, make them feel seen. That's service. Service doesn't have to be, "Oh, I don't have money today to give." Don't. Give them a smile. Give them a blessing. Say something kind. That's service. That's beauty. That's kindness. That's love. That's creative. That's all of these things that are source, the source of the power of intention. When you do that, you are a match to that energy and you will create your heart's desires. I promise you. I know it. I am a testament to that because it's how I live my life. And it started when I started changing my life. Obviously, it's been over 20 years, but I still remember being more angry and resentful than being kind. It's not like I don't remember the old version of me, but I hope to be this version of me that I am today. And I worked hard at it. And I reminded myself when people pissed me off to not get pissed off. Of course, I still have my days and people piss me off and I get a little curse here and there. And then I'm like, be kind, be like Source, be like God. We have to, but it's okay. It's part of the process. It's part of the journey. I can tell you, for me, I'm still not in a place where I'm 24/7 kind and loving. And sometimes people get on my nerves and they hear from me. But then I sit, I breathe, I meditate, I see myself, self-awareness, see yourself in the journey, see yourself in what you're trying to do and how you're trying to match yourself for that beautiful energy that creates and move worlds, and see how it aligns for you with what you do. Um, let's go back to the slide. Where am I? Part 2. One second. Actually, before I go to the slide, there is a funny story that I think Dr. Dyer said actually in the Power of Intention, because he had there's a book that he wrote, by the way, so you can get the book. And there is also a PBS live show that he did that I'm sure you can see somewhere, probably on YouTube. And there's many things. Let me give you some QR codes today, because I first of all, this is Dr. Dyer's website. a ton of beautiful value from this beautiful man and this beautiful soul. So many different things that you can listen to, read, just incredible. Honestly, it's the most peaceful, kind, beautiful place to enter on this metrics realm. So please do that. I'm going to give you also a movie that it's a free movie. It's called The Shift, where you do that energetic shift from ego to soul and matching yourself better with source energy. It's not good quality at all, but I couldn't find it anywhere else. This is the only place I found it, and it's free. So, it's okay. If it will change your life, you can skip on the HD. Okay, but let me go back. People, hit me up on the chat a little bit. I see I have a couple messages. I'll wait for a couple more. Okay, where am I? Oh, I wanted to tell you a funny story. Wait. So there's a funny story that he talks about that has to do with abundance. So there's this grandma that's walking with her grandson at the beach, right? And then there's a huge wave that comes and takes the boy away. And she sits there and she cries and she's like, "No, please, God, send me my grandson back. What did you do? What did you do? I need my grandson back. Source, energy, whoever it is, just send me the boy back." And while she's praying, a huge wave comes and poof, send the boy right back to her. And she looks at the boy and she looks up and she's like, he was wearing a hat. you know that's that non-abundance mindset, that you get stuck on the little things. That's like finding a penny and saying, what am I going to do with a penny? I need $1,000. It doesn't matter what you need right now. The penny is a sign of abundance. When you're grateful for these little things, that's how you play the match game. Because if there's anything, there are three things that are going to separate you from this source energy and from that power of intention. Ego, which we just spoke about, when you're in that mindset that you are what you do, you are what you have, you separating yourself because you're thinking you're different than others, or sometimes even worse, you think you're better than other people. So, when you're in that place, you are blocking yourself from manifesting and from creating. So that's one. The energy of life. Stay constantly on high frequency. Let me tell you something. I hear it time and time again. I said it time and time again about people who bring bad energy or low vibration, right? Oh my God, they're so hateful, they're so judgmental, they're so this and that. It's not them, it's you. If you send hate to those who hate you, if you judge those who judge you, if you resent those who resent you, if you can forgive those who can't forgive you, it's you that attracts the low vibration, not them. For you, the job is to fly high, my love. Fly high, my beautiful people. Don't allow how people are to make you, to de-genius you and bring you to a lower level. You control your frequency. You control your reality. That's why we're playing this matching game, so we can have a reality that gives us everything that we want. So if you don't want low vibration, don't offer it. You're offering it back. That's why it's present. When you'll be able to block it and you'll be able to avoid it and you'll be able to do more than that. Send love to those who send you hate and send kindness to those who send you, negative emotions. When you'll be able to do that, I can promise you have no clue how your life is going to change. You will have the thousands of dollars that you want, the car that you want, the beautiful relationship that you want, the health that you are longing for. Everything that you want will happen and your life will change tremendously. Why? Because you are able to be that version that creates, that version that is a match to the source energy, to that power of intention. Okay, now we can go back to the slide. What? No slide. Wait, what happened to my slide? There it is. Let's go. Receptivity, staying open, soft, and connected. Ah, love it. Receptivity means patience, openness, and becoming the kind of person you want to attract. Hey, I was just talking about it. Receptivity is the doorway to miracles when you open yourself to the field of intention. Oh, when you open yourself, I'm sorry, the field of intention rushes in. When you embody these seven faces, you step into the field of intention. And once you're there, the universe conspires with you. You know, let me give you a cool, funny example about receptivity. We went to a hotel in Puerto Rico a few years ago when I was still married. It was a family vacation. We got there. My ex-husband was in, went to check in. She gave him a room. We went to the room, and I was like, this room is small. Like, I'm not staying here for a week. In my head, I'm like, no, no, I need a better room than this. And he was like, well, that's the room we got. I'm like, no, that's the room you got. I'm going to go ahead and play a little game over there. And like, I enjoy doing this, not from a place of like, oh, let me see how I get it. That's ego. I just want to see how connected I am to source energy and how much I can bring other people to be connected to source energy with me. So I said, okay, you guys, why don't you guys go to the pool and I'll take care of it and I'll let you know what's going on. I went downstairs, I went to the lobby, I came open and receptive so she can be open and receptive to me, right? We attract what we bring out. So I shoot out what I want to get back. I was smiling. I said hello. I complimented her. She really, she had, I think it was her hair. She had like gorgeous hair or something. So I complimented her on her hair. She complimented me on my curls. It started already in that nice energy. And then I said, listen, we're here for a week. We really were looking forward to being here. We heard such great things about your hotel, but we're a full family with two kids and the baby is still little. Is there any way that you might have a bigger room? If not, it's okay. I truly understand and I get it, but I would really appreciate if you can just check if there is any way to upgrade, And I was just like that, kind, smiling, open. She said, let me check something. And she went and she called someone else and she showed like the manager and she pointed into the computer and she was like, that. And she was like, yeah, that's fine. And she came and she said, yeah, we can move you. I said, okay. She said, it's just on the other side of the hotel. So let me send somebody with you. I said, okay. I had no idea what kind of room she gave us, right? But she sent the bellboy with me. The bellboy came with me. We took all the suitcases, put them on the thing. We were walking. Bellboy was cool, started talking to me about clubs and different places. And I was thinking to myself, too, how am I going to get information about where we are? I want like local stuff. All of a sudden, he had all the local information for me. So I manifested him too, heard everything that I needed to hear from a local. He takes me to the new room. When I tell you, they gave us the master suite, two huge rooms, two huge porches, a kitchen fully stocked, all free, snacks free, drinks free, all them things that every time you open a mini bar, they tell you, don't touch it. It's like $15 for a bottle of Coke. Everything free. We had two bedrooms. We had a jacuzzi. We had a shower. Every time I think about it, it makes me like joyous because I'm like, that's literally manifesting. And that was part of it. I played the match game. I was kind, I was loving, and I was receptive, and I was open. And this is what I got back. When I tell you, when those kids and he came back to the room, they couldn't believe the room I got us. We were sitting over there on the porch, one in this porch, another in that porch, living our best life in Puerto Rico. It was one of my favorite trips. But that's the type of manifestation that you can do. We talk about manifesting and manifesting great hotels room. That's part of it. I manifested a hell of a hotel room. That was a king suite, not a hotel room. So this is how you can manifest things in your life and live, the best way possible. Those were the seven faces. I want to see if I missed anything. Oh, yeah, I like this little note that I wrote for myself. We are already connected to that source, right? Because we come from it. So we're already connected to the source. The question is how rusty that connection is and how much cleaning do we have to do? And that's where we put our effort into it. I want to give you, before I move to our little homework and, work, we can talk about the work now, but I'll let you do it throughout the week. I want to give you the QR code for the movie The Shift that I was telling you about. So scan that. So you can watch that. It really is a beautiful movie. Dr. Dyer is part of it. It's like with actors, but also him telling different stories and telling different things about his life journey and how to become, part of Source. Incredible. I want to give you another little slide that I made. Working hard for you guys. No, not hard. Smart, smart. Never hard, just doing the work. I'm enjoying every second of this. I'm enjoying every second of this season. And let me tell you something, you have no idea what's happening here in the season finale. Okay, one, I have a gift for you guys for the season finale. I told you guys, I think last week already, I recorded a brand new meditation for you guys in a beautiful studio, really good meditation. I wrote it. I was in spirit, inspired, and I wrote you guys a manifestation meditation, and I'm going to share it with you too. Second thing, I want to share with you right now my guest. I'm going to have a surprise. Well, it's not a surprise now because I'm going to tell you, but I'm going to have a short guest appearance. I hope he's going to stay longer because I know when he speaks and he gets on a roll, it's incredible to listen to him. But the sixth episode honors Deepak Chopra, and his brother Sanjeev Chopra is going to be the guest in the show and is going to talk to us about purpose and happiness and how really to live from that place so we can manifest all our heart's desires. You have no idea how excited, how humbled I am to know that he would be willing to share his time for my beautiful little show. It's not little, it's big. But Sanjeev Chopra is going to be a uh, guest in the show on the season finale. Come listen to him talk. You don't want to miss it. This man is beyond incredible. Their life journey is beyond incredible. I already heard so many funny childhood stories from him when we spoke over the phone about him and Deepak. So I know it's going to be incredible to listen to him and it's going to be fun. So I hope you guys will be here and show love and let people know he's going to be here. So, we can show him what inspirational beauty is all about. Let me see. Tal says, oh, I saw that. Okay, wait. It's messing with me again. Hello. Hi. Hi. Thank you. Wow. I appreciate it. Thanks. I know I'm excited. I can't believe it. Well, I can believe it because I manifested it. That's what we talk about. Manifesting, my beautiful people. This is what this is all about. I manifested Sanjeev Chopra to be a guest on my show and to hear him on the phone tell me that my work is inspiring. Can you imagine? I was in tears, but just tears of excitement. All right. So those are the two things that I wanted to share with you and let you know. Our little PSA, our public service announcements. I told you I also have another slide that I wanted to share with you. I'm going to see if I have time for that because I really want to get into the homework, which is okay. Let me see how I'm bringing myself into the screen. Can I? Wait. Let me minimize myself. There I am. Okay. So this is a really fun. Oh, I don't want picture in picture. This is a really fun exercise for you guys to do. It's called Intention in Action, my beautiful people. It is our beauty challenge. So now that we've learned about our 7 phases of intention, we're going to learn, we learned about how to, like I said before, that's the before the embodiment, right? The embodiment is how we actually bring it into our day to day. And I'm going to help you bring it into your day to day through doing some beauty rituals. You're going to actually choose 3 of the 7. You can choose more, of course, if you want, but I offer to start at least with 3 and apply inner and outer beauty wisdom to them. Inner beauty action can be an idea, a thought, a choice, or a behavior that reflects the intention, and the outer beauty expression can be a beauty ritual. You know what? I'm going to take myself off first of all so you guys can take a picture. Please take a picture of this slide so you can have your homework. reminding you of this homework. You don't have to work hard, you just have to do the work. And actually, since I didn't get to do that in a long time, let's do this. Yes, our Beauty Alchemist segment. I love it. So, here are some examples how you can use the 7 phases of intention in a way that will help you embody that and that change, right? And start the identity shift for you guys, the energy shift and the identity shift. Let me see that. Okay, making sure I didn't forget anything. Creativity. Do one thing different this week. Anything. Just do something differently. As far as I'm concerned, wake up from the other side of the bed. And you'll hear about it in Joe Dispenza episode next week. But do something differently on the inner. And on the outer, try a new color, try a new look, even, a new style, right? It's not about I'm trying to be someone, that is more stylish or less stylish. It's about me seeing myself as a different version of myself. That is going to help me embody the change so I can see the energetic shift. Kindness, speak gently and kindly to yourself. I told you guys. Oh, I started telling you about the 3 things that will block you. So it was ego. Oh my God, my brain. It was ego. It was energy, life energy, which I told you connect to high vibration, not low vibration. And the third one is self talk. The more you talk negatively to yourself, the less connected you are to that beautiful intention source. You are not connected to God. You're not connected to. They don't speak about themselves like that. Why should you? I always start all my layers of beauty workshop with statistics, and one of them is that 87% of personal self-talk is negative. We leave 13% of positive self-talk. Why? Why would we do that to ourselves? We separate ourselves from our source of love and kindness and creativeness and expansion and receptivity and all of those beautiful things we just talked about. So make sure you talk to yourself kindly. That's, remember, in other episodes we talked about doing affirmations while you do your makeup. Speak to yourself positively, say something kind, do that. In the outer, create a soft makeup look or perform a beauty inspired act of kindness. Teach someone something about beauty or give something to someone that has to do with outer beauty. Maybe, give them a blush that you don't have or a scarf that you don't need. I don't know, something. Love. Inner. Practice one loving thought towards yourself. Please practice more, but let's start with one. Outer, choose one beauty ritual rooted in love, not pressure. I can tell you that mainly when I work with women, most of them either do their makeup in like 2 minutes, or when they do their creams and moisturizer, it's always like, I don't have time, I don't have time. This week, practice love in that way. Speaking to yourself kindly and with love, and actually, doing a ritual. Take time, massage your face while you're doing your moisturizer, or take a few more minutes while you're doing your makeup, and use that time, like I said, to say something kind. Beauty on the inner, find beauty in something ordinary. We can always find beauty in everything. Walk down the street, look at the flowers, look at the tree, look at the, I don't know, the stones. Like I said, I found beauty in even the dirty streets of Brooklyn, New York. So we can find beauty in anything if we choose to. On the outer, highlight one feature you least love. See the beauty in you. Expansion, inner, learn something that stretches your thinking. Yes, go for it. Read a new book, listen to a new podcast, something that will expand your mind, your thinking, who you are as a person. On the outer, wear something the old you wouldn't choose. It can be a lipstick color, it can be a makeup style. And I told you guys about my hair that I'm going to let you know. This is why I did my hair. I curled my curls because I wanted to see myself differently, right? I started doing my nails. I never really did my nails. I'm always like natural, very, very short. I don't keep nails. And I started doing all these different things since we started the manifestation season, because it was very important to me to get into that place of seeing myself differently so I can, again, it's the embodiment of the energy. I embody the whole the it's the outer embodiment. It's the inner alignment and the outer embodiment, and that's how we make it stick. So this is something that can help just by seeing ourselves differently. Abundance, inner, replace one lack thought with I am a magnet of, a magnet for, I'm sorry, and outer, create a look using what you already have in a new way. I love that too. This is one of my favorite because people always complain to me when I do courses, I don't have enough stuff. And I look at their makeup bag and I'm like, girl, do you know how many things you can do with what you have? So use what you have in a new way, and show yourself how abundant you are with the stuff that you have. Receptivity, inner 1 minute of stillness, asking yourself, who or what can I be more receptive to? It can be someone you don't like. It can be a job offer that you thought about not taking. It can be a client that you didn't want to talk to, anything. And on the outer, be receptive to a styling or beauty suggestion from a friend. Friends, they always have an opinion. So when your inner intention aligns with your outer expression, your identity begins to shift. And that's when manifestation stops being something you wish for and becomes who you are. Ah, love it, love it, love it. I hope you can enjoy this homework practice. Let me see the live chat. We really are out of time, especially after our technical issues that started us later. So we are already way past the time. It was just 11:11 too. Thank you so much, my beauty. Uh, she says it's intriguing and profound, and I'm gorgeous. Thank you, baby. Yeah, Elle says she's screaming. I don't know about what, but I'm happy that she is. I have to go. We'll see the recording. Okay, hello, that's no problem. I know we're past the time. Joanne says, blessing. Thank you. Enjoy the most beautiful day, everyone. Thank you so much, Joanne. You as well. I love you guys. I hope I didn't forget to give you anything. I think we did everything. I am going to introduce you to the Dyer dozen uh, in a next episode. It will be 2 minutes just to give you the opportunity to take a screenshot of it. But it's beautiful and it will be a good reminder. We can go over it next episode real quick after speaking about the power of intention. I truly hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, Dr. Dyer has been my biggest mentor and spiritual teacher, and I'm so grateful for all his teaching. I offer you visit his website. Like I said, I gave you the QR code. Here it is again. Don't forget to check Dr. Dyer's work. It really is life-changing. His story and his life experience can show you that you can go from zero to hero. Trust me. As always, kindness, crew, be kind. Thank you for giving me the one commodity that you can never get back, which is your time. Technical issues happen, but we're always here with a high frequency, manifesting all our heart's desires. I'll see you guys next week. Don't forget, next week is Joe Dispenza. In 2 weeks, our season finale with Sanjeev Chopra, Deepak Chopra's brother, as my special guest. I can't believe Sanjeev. I mean, I can, but I'm just so excited. All right, my beautiful people, I will see you then. Let me see. I'm trying to end this broadcast, but everything is going wild today. All right, where is it? Where is it? There it is. I love you. Bye. Many blessings.
Show me life, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. Show me life, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love, show me love.